Welcome to your favorite K-pop show, K News.
My name is Daddy Kim.
David Kim,
And
why did you
today
break this?
We have
some hot
lots of
ass
tea.
tea.
I wonder what we're gonna get canceled for this
Woo!
week. I'm so excited. I wanna know.
Hey,
First off,
Sunmi
is our LGBT
Queen. Number 2, Miss Trot Hongja triggers an entire region of
Oh,
Korea.
no.
One
What does
entire
she do
province.
now?
And number 3, of course, BTS is flying to the moon.
And last but not least, Mamamoo, G-Idol, CLC, and all these artists are getting their YouTube channels hacked. And their titles of songs are being changed in all sorts of ways. It's
Oh, no.
pretty interesting. So let's go straight into the
Number
first
one.
news. Sunmi has become the LGBT queen.
Queen.
So LGBT queen.
Woo!
In a recent concert in Amsterdam, Sunmi went on a little bit of a speech saying,
I have many different sides of me. Yeah. Like dorky. and LGBT.
everybody on Twitter was like, yes, Sunmi has finally come out as a lesbian. But Sunmi later clarified, yeah, I support LGBT, but don't get me wrong, guys.
Oh.
Ha ha ha. So she's saying like, okay,
She's straight.
allegedly.
Allegedly. What does allegedly
No, but
straight
because
mean?
like
He
I
was
mean,
straight
Korea
by
is a
this.
pretty homophobic country still.
Oh,
So I
She
think
might be afraid.
she might be afraid of the repercussions. But what I found funny was like, who says like I'm an LGBT queen? You know, like first of all, who says
I
that?
mean-
And secondly, she's saying she's not even LGBT, and she's claiming herself to be the LGBT queen. I think that's a little bit weird.
I think there's an explanation to that.
Why?
I have a theory.
Why?
Because she's not that fluent in English, a lot of people in the comments like
They
said,
say
"Oh,
LGBT
you're queen,
Yeah, you're-
LGBT queen.
yeah,
Oh my god,
yeah.
thank." And then she just like got that, and she said she thought it was like a phrase or something.
or it was like a nickname.
yeah,
for
she
her.
said, "Oh, I'm LGBT queen."
I thought that was a little bit cringy, but I
It's
guess
cute.
you know, she doesn't speak English, so we'll give her a pass. Since it's the Pride Month, I just wanted to like recognize some K-pop idols that have spoken openly
Yes.
in support for LGBT. Most notably, let's start off with RM 2013. He says, "This is Rap Monster." Oh my god, you can see the age of
Okay.
this tweet.
This is Rap Monster. This song is about same-sex love. It's good when you listen without paying attention to the lyrics, but it's even better if you do. I recommend Macklemore and Ryan Lewis. Same Love.
Oh, it's the same love.
And then Boa. So I actually went to the Pride Parade last week.
Yeah.
And I found that they played a lot of Boa songs, and I was wondering why they did that.
You're still my number one.
Apparently, Boa performed in 2009's San Francisco Pride Festival. And she was like the first K-pop idol to really like perform at a Pride event. So I think she holds a special place in the people's hearts among like these festivals. And then we reacted to this song, Sea-Star. They had a video about lesbian love.
I don't remember.
One More Day. Don't you remember like they kill this person with a brick and then they put him in a bag or something and
That one.
Yeah, yeah,
Was it about
yeah.
lesbian love?
yeah, it was about lesbian love. It was about two girls. In the spirit of Sunmi, in the spirit of being the LGBT queen, I also wanted to say something.
What?
I'm not gonna say I'm the LGBT king.
I thought you were coming out.
No. I'm not gay, by the way. I have to admit that I was actually pretty like ignorant. I was very indifferent about like LGBT, what those people go through in their lives because honestly, like it's not very visible in Korean culture. A lot of our Patreons are openly gay, and we got to know them very well. And in our Discord chat, if you go to patreon.com/DKDKTV,
And Danny has a whole podcast about this topic.
this
as well.
talk. Oh, you listened.
No, I don't.
By talking to our friends, our Patreons, I started to realize like a lot of the things that they have to go through that we don't have to go through because we're just the norm, we're the majority in society. I start to empathize a little, and these kind of issues kind of hit me a little bit harder than the year before. And I just want to say, just like Sunmi, I am an ally. I support LGBT rights, and also I support same-sex marriage. So I think these kind of words, even if you're not gay or lesbian or trans or bi or
It
whatever,
means something.
it definitely gives a lot of courage to for these people to speak out as well, I think. So I just wanted to say that. And if you are a duck who's an LGBTQ person, then we
Be
welcome
proud of
you.
yourself. And we have a Holland interview coming up.
Yeah, speaking of
I'm not
gay
afraid.
people.
Yeah.
Holland.
Hell,
Yeah.
Holland,
So
Neverland,
stick around,
Marcy.
subscribe.
Yeah.
Next news.
Next news. Miss Trot Hongja, do you know who she is?
I heard of her.
Yeah, she was on a famous program. Program's name was Miss Trot. It's like Superstar K,
But Trot version.
Yeah, Trot version. And this girl called Hongja was number 3 on that program.
살아생전에 부질없는 눈물이 니까
But apparently she did a big oopsie. She had a mini like concert at Jeollado Yeonggwanggun. That's like southwest part of Korea. She did some comments after singing.
Yeah.
And these comments caused a lot of outrage in the Korean society. She's currently trending number 1 in
I
Naver.
saw it. And
And what she said is, before I came up to the stage to sing, I thought Jeollado people really had horns and sharp teeth and toenails instead of fingernails, but it seems not. Thank you so much for your enthusiasm and hospitality. So that's what she said. And for people who are listening, they might not get the context of what is so wrong with that.
well,
Oh, maybe you get.
But
Maybe
you already-
get,
I think you already get
like
it.
People have horns and
it's like,
fingernails.
hey, I thought you guys are fucking monsters,
Yeah,
but
yeah.
hey, turns out you guys are human too.
Yeah, and you gotta know that she did that out of like her humor. She tried
Yeah, it was
to
a
be
joke.
funny.
It was a joke.
Because she does know that there's a stigma against Jeollado people, and she was trying to like use that as like, I don't know, an icebreaker. People are so furious right now. So after this whole outrage, she apologized to her fandom and the Korean public. Do you think she deserves this much hate, and do you think she had to apologize so like officially and to the whole nation for this sentence?
2, 1.
Oh.
We got a triangle
Oh my
going
god,
on
we got
here.
a triangle, red flag!
You're saying she had
Yeah,
to
she had to
apologize.
apologize.
Okay. Oh,
Of course.
I'll go first.
Okay, oh no.
So you need to understand the context. It's almost like racism.
Yeah, it's
within
racism.
within the same race, where like people
Stupid.
from this province called Jeollado and people from this province called Gyeongsangdo, they don't really get along well. They have very drastically different political views. It's almost like to the point where like you're comparing like, I don't know, somewhere in the south of America to some like northern California. Historically speaking, Jeollado people say like they have been discriminated against a lot throughout modern Korean history and stuff like that. So there's a lot of like anger towards each other and a
yeah.
lot of hate towards each other. Even still now, I mean, it's a lot better, but still
It's
people
there. It's
still
still there.
like it's in their minds.
Yeah.
By saying that in the very place where they have that in their minds, I don't think that's a very good idea. I
No.
think it was very stupid of her
No.
to say that.
Yeah.
It's like it can't be really justified by any means. However,
However.
it's kind of stupid that we're like dividing this very, very small country. It's smaller than New York State. And we're dividing this country into like these little bits and pieces, and we're fighting over like stuff like this. I mean, to begin with, she did the big oopsie, but at the same time, like, I think maybe we can get over it.
Oh! So I'm a definite like she should apologize, because if we get over this kind of behavior, that whole hate towards each other and that kind of stuff will never be resolved.
Yeah.
Oh, it's gonna get amplified, and people are actually making fun, like the other side, like Ilbe or these kind of people
yeah.
are actually like, complimenting her for saying these kind of stuff and making fun of these, making memes and stuff. It's the same as racism. Like you would go up to
Okay,
like
that's true.
yeah,
Okay.
you would go up to a black person and say something bad about like
Yeah. Oh.
like black
Yeah,
stereotypes and
yeah,
stuff like
yeah.
that.
Well, thinking that perspective, I apologize, Ashley. No.
Yeah, so
it's not okay. It's
Coming
like-
to Korea,
it's
like, oh, kimchi 너무 맛있어요. Dick small.
Psy style.
I like small dick.
Yeah.
Hey,
Hey, you guys. Oh, I thought you guys had small dicks in Korea.
Yeah. Oh my god, that's so cool. Next
Next
news.
news.
Speaking of BTS has finally conquered Earth. So they're expanding to outer space. They're going to conquer the
Oh,
aliens.
wow.
This year, 2019, is the 50th anniversary of when man set foot on the moon.
Allegedly.
Officially, Apollo 11 brought Neil Armstrong and Buzz
Allegedly.
Aldrin on the moon in July 20th, 1969. So NASA is preparing for a celebration, a 50th anniversary event, another lunar exploration.
Finally.
Yeah, in 4 more years, they're planning for
Okay.
2024
Wow.
lunar exploration, and they're looking for songs. So the project name is NASA Moon Tunes. The Johnson Space Center received the submissions. They got armies got recognized, and NASA announced that on Twitter they are going to bring 3 songs of BTS: Moonchild, Microcosmos, 13430. Is that right?
What's 134340?
So 134340 is the numeric code of Pluto.
Oh,
It's the planet, the unfortunate planet that got excluded
no
from,
longer a planet.
Yeah,
It's like
the
a
planet
rock
status
now.
from the solar system. It's,
So all these songs are related to space.
Yeah, they're all related
or
to
have space-related names. So
it's a big significance.
yeah, it's. I mean, like at this point, if armies want to do something, I think they can do it.
Do anything.
Like
they want.
literally, like I think they can make anything happen.
Yeah,
I'm like-
yeah. Armies have already conquered social media.
I think they are the biggest, most powerful, or most driven,
Yeah,
most
yeah.
motivated social media like power
Yeah.
on all of internet. And honestly, like hearing this news, like I mean, I'm very glad, and I think it's meaningful, but I'm not surprised.
Oh, okay. Oh, I was,
Why?
I was scared.
Oh,
that
yeah.
you'd say some
Oh,
other bad
no,
shit,
not
like-
today.
Oh my
not
God, no,
today.
Not today. Oh.
I seriously wonder where the limit
Well,
is.
the sky's the limit is now.
Well, no, it's not even the limit.
The sky,
No.
the atmosphere.
space is the limit.
What if like BTS songs were sent in outer space and then aliens responded to it for the first time in human history?
No, but this
oh my
is
God.
okay. This is another hypothetical thing, right?
I'm just saying.
Oh, okay,
I'm just
okay.
saying. I watched too much Netflix.
So like, there's a theory.
If aliens were advanced enough to the point where they're able to like travel interstellar, like then they would have seen us by now. If such aliens existed.
I don't know. Like,
No, like this is a theory. Basically, we're alone, or all the other aliens are either more primitive than us, or there's a literal wall that in space that you cannot evolve past, or nobody has made it past yet. So that's why we're not seeing any aliens.
okay.
This is a theory. I forget what it's called, but
okay, interesting.
Yeah,
I like those
interesting.
sci-fi
Yeah,
theories.
yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm a Christian. I believe in God, but I don't think we're alone in total space.
Yeah,
Like,
there's God.
Yeah, there's God, and God can create other beings for His
Really?
fun. Yeah, of course He can. He's God. He's God. He made the Big Bang. Oh, not the.
He made the
K-pop.
Big Bang.
Yeah, God made Big Bang.
He
Then-
also made Big Bang too.
Yeah.
God
made everything.
God made both Big Bangs.
Yeah.
Did he make Big Bang? 승리야.
Shut up. Fuck you.
Next news. G-Idol, Mamamoo, CLC. These are the list of channels, K-pop YouTube channels that have had their channels hacked in apostrophes.
I'm glad our channel's not there.
codes. Yeah. Thank God.
Oh my!
Over
Don't get
the last
ideas,
weekend.
guys. Don't get ideas.
Yeah. On June 8th, all these K-pop channels that I just listed had their video titles replaced suddenly with somewhat disrespectful other titles. This is from Mamamoo. No one likes racist Stan Luna.
Why is there Stan Luna there? I'm.
It's like a meme. It's
Okay.
like a meme, and I honestly think it's like way too overplayed. To stream Superhuman by NCT 127.
Another Mamamoo video.
Mamamoo, their stance, hyphen, suicide pact.
What the fuck?
We got another no one likes racist Stan Luna. Flop Stan, Promise 9. The person who was orchestrating all these hackings came out and said, he or she said it in a description of a G-Idol video. Like she changed the description and it said,
I'm the person who started this. I'm sorry for everything I caused. First of all, I want to say I'm not an Orbit or blah 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 fandom. I don't have anything to do with Luna, so stop hating on them. I'm also not a Promise stan. I apologize to Luna, CLC, Promise, and Mamamoo.
initially people thought like this was like YouTube's just like getting hacked and shit.
Yeah.
But then like people found out actually they used the community subtitles function, community CC function. Viewers, you guys can submit translations for video titles, descriptions, as well as subtitles to all these YouTube videos who have that function open. Currently, our function is also open too.
So please submit your
A
translations.
racist
No.
Using this function, like anybody can contribute and they can translate the titles. But the weird part is we've used this function.
Yeah,
we
you
have
need to
we have
approve
it we have it open, and the channel owner has to approve
Right.
of the translation for it to go up
Yeah, that's
on
the
the
weird
channel
part. Mhm.
and replace the original title. So I'm thinking like all these K-pop channels, these are huge channels
Yeah.
with millions of subscribers.
Yeah.
Are you telling me that the owners of the channels or the administrators of the channels did not know it was saying, nobody likes racist, Stan Luna? Maybe it is actually hacking, but they just don't want to get in trouble.
Or maybe
Subtitles?
someone has connections.
Maybe there's an insider.
There's a
Ah.
mole, a rat.
But it's also very weird that like all these four channels on nearly the same day got the same hacking thing going on.
Yeah,
Or
that
maybe
doesn't make
all
sense.
these four channels, they are run under the same company. Because a lot of these big YouTube channels,
Oh.
they have agencies that manage all of this.
That makes sense
And
too.
okay, bingo. They have the same agency, and this agency is administrating all four of these channels.
And there's
then,
a rat
and then
inside.
there's a rat, or this person was lazy and it's like,
Yeah.
okay, whatever,
Yeah,
approve.
Because the other day I heard some news
Yeah.
about sasaengs. There's like a huge organization of sasaengs in China, and
Ah.
they get like the seats right next to like BTS, EXO,
Yeah.
and people wonder how they do that, like how they actually
right.
get those seats and how they get the
Yeah.
hotel rooms.
Yeah.
And what I was told was that the head of all these sasaengs, there's like this manager, there's this
Yeah.
like this head of the Hydra.
It's
and-
like an organization.
yeah, and this head
mafia.
is allegedly is known to be like the daughter of a high official in the airport.
Shit.
And this daughter knows all the passwords and IDs of her father, and she can log into all the like airlines and like switch info and blah blah blah
I
blah.
have a hard time believing this.
And then like once I heard that, like, oh, it's like insider.
I mean, like, I have a hard time believing that story because, like, just because you're the head of the airport doesn't mean you have access to all these flight information. Like, that's personal information. I do think there's a lot of insiders for sasaengs in these K-pop companies because, let's be honest, like, it's not that hard to get into a K-pop company.
You worked at a music label.
Yeah.
And
I was like, I wasn't even a fucking college graduate.
and if this like random person
Yeah, if I was a sasaeng,
came to you and said, "I'll give you $2,000. Just change this title for like one day."
yeah.
Would you do it or not? I mean, like, you
I
can't
mean-
speak.
I
What was
mean,
that silence?
man,
You're
$2,000?
I gave you a chance to say no affirmatively, but
When humans are faced with a bunch of cash,
one more thing though. I think the person whoever hacked or did this is probably high chances a girl group stan.
why?
Because the only ones targeted were girl groups. And we would have to find the competitors of Mamamoo, G-Idol, and who was the other one? CLC. And G-Idol, Mamamoo, and CLC all have like female anthem and, empowering women vibes, right?
Yeah.
So it would be another,
Or
what?
it's like a misogynistic,
Oh,
fat
Oh, yeah.
dude in his 40s living in his mom's basement. On the computer all day. He's a hikikomori, and he's like staying in his room all day, eating his Doritos, and then he's like, I fucking hate women. And what's this
yeah.
like female empowerment? What the fuck?
I'm gonna
Women should
drag
just
these
cook.
down, yeah.
Women should stay in the kitchen. So he's like changing all these things while eating his
Maybe.
Doritos. Or maybe he's like a pervert who wants the attention of all these girls.
what do you think?
Is he a pervert or a misogynist or a girl group stan? Let us know in the comments below. And that's it for today's DK News. Please go check out our Patreon at patreon.com/DKDKTV. We have exclusive podcasts, especially about that my experience regarding the LGBT queer parade and stuff like that. My enlightenment moment. And go check it out. It's very great. And also you can go sign up to the YouTube membership and receive the same benefits of the exclusive content as well as emojis. And go follow us on Instagram at DKDKTV as well as our personal accounts. And we'll see you guys next time.
Bye!